Welcome back to Kicking It with Kenya, and today we have our girl Shayla Set on the couch joining us. Like I said, anybody's welcome to come on the show. So today, I want to discuss the phenomenon, which is the movie Us. Us. How did you guys feel about Us?
I really liked it. I don't know. I haven't been that scared in like a long time. I was actually covering my eyes, believe it or not. But I don't know. It's just a suspense, and it just seems so real. Like a lot of his, Get Out seemed real, and this movie seemed real
because it's like realistic. It's like I think he takes like what's going on in life and he just amplifies it to its 10th degree. Yeah, like basically, like Get Out for me, it really sat well. Like being the only black person in the room. That's basically what he did. Mm-hmm. Like he took that concept of being the only black person in the room and just magnified it to something so extreme, but it still felt real because that's like a deep boogeyman in all of our heads. Mm-hmm. And then with Us, I feel like he did the same thing with society in a way. Like what message did you guys get from that?
Oh my goodness. Us stands for United States.
You think?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're both like holding hands.
They're holding hands. I think to me it symbolized the wall. And I think the movie was really taking on just like the temperature of the United States, like what's going on with Trump or whatever. I think he really took that and like you said, like magnified it. But yeah. I think and it had to do with immigration.
Maybe.
And in my opinion, but I think he did a phenomenal job. I loved it.
Yeah, like with me, I feel like the thing that I took away, and this is the thing with his movies. Everybody can take away something. Yeah. And I feel like he'll be so like under the radar about what the message really is. But I feel like what I took away from it was like basically like poor and rich aspect of it all. And how like eventually like you keep giving us crumbs to things, we're gonna wanna uprise in a weird way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got that vibe. I also got there was a moment where like, I forgot that line. I forgot the line. So I'm going to kick it to Lewis. What, how did you feel?
You mustn't forget when you're tethered to the table, the chains can be broken. So, the message that I took was breaking free of what binds you to these circumstances.
I'm so done.
Sometimes it's as simple as going up an escalator.
Shut up! Child, you even scared me with that damn voice.
She was amazing with that voice.
So amazing, but I'm scared now.
Shout outs to Lupita for that.
I personally would say, I wasn't crazy about. I loved the first half. I wasn't crazy about the second half.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. I did think that Jordan Peele. I do think Jordan Peele's 2 for 2. I think I thought Get Out was very well done. I thought Us. I didn't think it was as well done as Get Out, but I thought Us was still. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed Get Out. I was entertained by it, and I think that it does a good job in blending a lot of the genres. Like it has a little bit of a psychological thriller, a little bit of a slasher vibe, home invasion vibe.
Oh, it was definitely slasher.
That's what I mean. So I think it does a good job of combining a lot of different horror elements into one film. So it's kind of like if you like certain things about certain horror films, there's something there for you. And it does a good job at blending a little comedy in there. Some ways that I think were a little more realistic than others. Some ways I wasn't really too crazy for, but there I do think that was very well done. I thought Lupita Nyong'o she's great in everything, but I thought she did a great job in this. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't crazy about Winston Duke. I wasn't crazy about his character.
No,
I wasn't.
Very weak.
Yeah. It really bothered me.
He was out for the count with the first swing of the bat.
Pretty much. And you see people will say, well, they're stronger. I'm like, listen, bro, like, you got a bat in your hand, you try and close the door, and you somehow let this dude snatch the bat and get enough swing to swing and break your leg from outside the damn door. Then you fall over the couch. You got these people, basically, that essentially are clones of you, that look like you, sitting there, telling this, then Lupita Nyong'o telling you this whole messed up throat story, and then the first thing you say is, you can have my wallet.
Like, I felt like, come on.
I think there was a reason behind that.
I want to know.
I think he, in my opinion, I think he purposely made
him
the guy, black guy, a little weak. For some strange reason, and making the woman a little bit more powerful than him. I didn't really like his character. That's where they kind of like missed me with that. It was kind of like,
even the point where the daughter kind of was like, when he was doing that whole "you want my wallet," the daughter was like, are you serious right now? The daughter got with the program faster than the father, and like, I just didn't like his. He just kept missing the mark as a husband. You see your wife check your window, and you over here like, well, he got another boat. He got this. You're missing it. Your wife is clearly breaking in front of you, and he over here getting in the bed like, yeah, you wanna do stuff, and she's staring at it like, now is not the time. Like, what?
Right.
Are you missing it? I want to know what that's about.
But you know what I didn't like about it? There was no growth with his character throughout the whole movie. He was a weak bitch in the beginning, and he was the same in the end.
Right.
Like, come on, bro. Like, you going towards the end where, where the tether people are still here, and you hobbling to the ambulance like, oh, let's check some pads, and like, come on, man. Like, I don't know, just from a man's perspective, that bothered me. Like, for me, I'm not gonna lie, I was sitting there watching the movie like, I would beat the shit out of my doppelganger. That's just me, personally. That's how I feel.
I mean, but now you're back to spin kick.
It don't matter. Your doppelganger's got the same abilities as you.
That's true.
So one of us is gonna fight, one of us is gonna win, one of us is gonna lose. This dude is chasing you. You crawling out the house. Oh no, please, no. I'm sorry. It really just bothered me. It really did. And other than that, I didn't mind the characters. Like, otherwise, like the kids were okay. And like I said,
I like the daughter. Daughter was with the shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
She grabbed that golf and said, while the sun just all.
And that's another thing. I don't know, to like piggyback on what you were saying. It's like, okay, so Jordan Peele has said he's not going to cast white men as like the leads. Only he's like racist. Black men or black women. So when you talk about Jordan Peele's movies, you have to talk about race. I think from now on, race is always going to be a factor in his movies. But my thing is, what we're not going to do is make the black man weak in these movies. Now there are strong black men in movies.
Get out.
Right, and I'm like,
he was a little slow on the uptake.
Even his friend in Get Out was a little.
But that's a perfect example. His friend in Get Out, whatever his name is, he had comedy, he had jokes, but he had it in a way that was realistic.
And it served a purpose.
Like when he's talking, like, oh you, oh my, like that's how you would react, and he was useful. This dude was useless. He did nothing of substance.
I really wanted
he got lucky when he was able to dispatch his doppelganger. He got lucky. And then he gonna have the nerve to have a conversation outside the car. Well, I killed two. Well, I killed this. It just, that really bothered me. I'm not gonna lie. But even though you said race plays a part, I think one thing that I think makes us good in that aspect was the family was a black family, but it didn't have to be. Like, in terms of like what happened to them, it didn't necessarily have to be that they're black. Like, that wasn't the big point of the family. No. It just happened to be that they were black. But I thought that part was, as far as the family camaraderie and what they had, just him as a father, he was very, like almost like a friend. You know what I mean? Like he was like a friend. But I felt like he should have had a moment where he has that man up moment. Like the daughter had the man up moment with the golf club. And if you in the theater, like I was in, where it was us, that was the part where everyone was like, yeah, and that makes the experience that much better. You know what I'm saying? When you see that type of thing, because that plays to your investment in these characters, and that plays to your investment in them surviving this situation. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with Winston, you sitting there the whole time like, get up. Like, come on, do something. And
even when he said that BS when they're in the house, I could just, why? Why do we have to go anywhere? We can stay here. She said, oh yeah, tell that to such and such. Tell that to, what was their names? I forgot. But tell that to them. Right. And like, but get with it, bro. Like, you cannot, they clearly walked in this house and slaughtered everybody. What makes you think they are not going to, and guess what? They caught up. They came. Because the minute they turned them lights on in the car, here come the two standing in front, right there. Right. So it's like, if we would have listened to your ass, we would still have been in the same position as the ones that got massacred in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
he was a little punk. I wasn't with it.
Then it was another thing. It was a good movie. And I feel like I'm finding issues with the end. The end. Which was the plot twist. It left a lot of questions for me because I predicted the ending in the first like 10 minutes of the movie because they kept going back to it, so I knew. But it left a lot of questions. Like, one, the tethered people, right? They're supposed to mimic the actions of the originals above, right? So my thing is, when she switched her, wouldn't she still have control of the one above? Or because you're in that basement, you just become the tether? I'm confused.
I think it was once she was in there, she just became them after a while, over the years.
But how? My thing is, eventually you got unshackled, right? You didn't think to run? Did you not know your way? Maybe she didn't know her way, but it's like you didn't want to go check. Like, did they keep you?
She was young though.
But did they keep you down? Like, I was confused because it's like the tether is supposed to mimic those above. So once you were down there, even if you did stay down there, shouldn't she be kind of like controlled by you in a sense down there? How was she able to just like go about? But then, before I continue, I read something somewhere that kind of like tried to explain it, but I don't know.
You know what Us does? Us leaves a lot of things open to interpretation.
Right.
What makes Jordan Peele so great at what he's done with these two movies is he's left it to a part where the open interpretation feeds the movie's success.
True.
Because there's so many conspiracy theories and all of this. Jordan Peele himself could tell you, listen, I don't know. But you'll still have people like, this is what it means, this is what it means.
He did do that one time. He's
that's
like,
what I'm talking about.
It.
So everybody's going to have their own interpretation of the themes and the underlying meanings. It's going to make, I got to see that again. I got to see that. I got to see it now. I got to see. And that's going to feed that. When in reality, judging things on its own merit, a lot of the things about the premise made no sense. I'm sorry. The plot falls apart at the end with the twist. It doesn't make sense. And with Get Out, I thought the underlying meanings of Get Out were cool and the subliminal messaging was cool, but the storyline, the plot made sense. I invested in it, suspend my disbelief for it.
That's a
it
solid
made sense. Exactly. That's why I think it's a better film because it leaves certain things open, but it answers certain questions that I feel a movie should answer. This doesn't because it doesn't make sense. Like you said with the tethered, with Lupita's doppelganger and all of that. It also leaves things weird because if they did swap, and that's essentially the human version, then why is the doppelganger so surprised? And what do you want?
Well, they said that's repression. Like you repress the memory.
But she knew she didn't want to go to the beach, and she knew why. She had the memory. I went to this mirror, but she knew she had the memory.
Maybe she was recounting it. I don't know.
And
it's a little weird.
That's what I'm talking about. But I'm not saying it's bad because it's something that you can watch and really get what you want from it. But for me, it's just certain things that throw me off. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I heard someone say, well, she's an introvert and she's shy. So, that's why she was a little nervous to go roam. First of all, she went roaming around. That's how she got there in the first place, for one. For two, this shy introvert, you're meaning to tell me, was down there for what they say, 20 years, 30 years? And in that time, this shy introvert was able to coordinate a massive takeover with what looked like millions of tethered people with red jumpsuits and Michael Jackson-like gloves and all of this. Surviving on rabbits, mind you.
How did you get the red jumpsuits?
Where did the rabbits come from?
That's what I'm talking about. So you're concocting all of this with people that can't even talk English, and you were able to get them all out and do all of this, but you could not just walk out, find the phone, be like, yo, ma, that bitch it ain't me. That's why she ain't talking. Because she wasn't talking at first. Remember, Ma, this happened. Even if her voice is messed up, Ma, help me. You can find your kids. You can find them. Right. I'm sorry. Kids are a little more inquisitive. You can find them. It's a long hallway and an escalator, a pristine escalator that must have worked for 20 years with no one fixing it, by the way. But that's beyond the point. Like I said, it's a nitpick, but it's just little things that I'm like,
So what I took away from it was when, like, I felt like the shackles were important.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when she did the whole tether yourself to the table, I feel like the actual shackles were important. Like, and I feel like maybe this is me trying to make sense of it. I feel like when I'm talking about societal, like poor and rich, if taken away from your resources, would you survive? So when they got switched, maybe that was a symbolism for her being taken away from her resources, and the fact that if those who are living with means were ever down here, could you really see yourself surviving the way you did when you had? And then when you finally, and then by her going up there, it shows when given a shot that maybe you can succeed. That's what I took from it to try to make sense of all of this shit. Like,
so what would the ultimate payoff have been?
What do you mean?
Who learns the lesson here? The one that had it, the one that had it all, and was, well, the one that was a kid that got put in the situation. By what you're saying, in essence, then shouldn't she have overcome?
The one down there?
Yeah.
No, because I'll listen. I feel like with rich people, if they like ever were to live poor, I feel like they wouldn't survive. They wouldn't know how. They just wouldn't know how to do what we do. Like, they wouldn't know how to do this. Like, there's actually times where, like, them shows where they got the CEO coming down and all it's that there, or people with wife swap, and they're just like, I don't know how you guys do this with that. They just don't know. Like, when you don't know, you don't know. Like, how can you pay a bill on making $40,000 a year? Like, they probably they can't fathom that. You know, so for me to try to make sense of that with all the questions, I was thinking, like, when she got pulled and they switched and, like, she got tethered to that situation where you can't uproot or whatever, you were faced to stay down there, then, like, that's the reason why she never probably made it up. But with the other one, when she made it up, because she was given a shot, she seized her opportunity. She was given a shot. She made it up there, probably forgot the bottom. And now it comes to show that when given a chance, maybe you could be successful. Listen, I'm not right. I don't know if I'm right, but that was me trying to make sense of that weird plot twist.
But you know what you just said, what you just said will make sense, but then you can add two things to what you just said. You can say one, then it can also basically be about seizing that opportunity.
True.
When it may not even be there.
Right.
And it can also be about adaptation, because both of them had to, in their own ways, adapt to a new situation and learn to live off of something they weren't used to.
And I guess that's why she got street on us.
Learn to try to live amongst each other, and sometimes it's not possible.
But I guess the one thing I do love about this movie, like, we could pick it apart, but I just love the fact that he's bringing back movies that just spark great ass conversation that challenges minds and make you think deeper about societal.
But I can't stand the people that going around talking about he's racist and all this stuff. Like, come on,
he's not racist.
He is far from racist.
No, but
I don't like alone.
I don't like the people that's going around talking about his wife. Like, I love her. Like, she's my favorite character in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Gina Linetti's her character. When she played Gina, I just love her. I love her. And, like, they're like, oh, and it goes back to that interracial dating thing. I feel like I will always say love is love, because she's not stopping his cause. It's not like she's saying, like, oh, well, no, you should cast white people in that. He said what he said, and she like, all right.
But you know what it is? What falls into when this racist conversation comes up, it's the same thing dating back to a previous episode we had of why I think the overrated conversation comes up with Black Panther, because Jordan Peele's films are successful. If these two films flopped, it wouldn't be a big deal. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. But because Us is the third highest grossing horror film from an opening weekend ever, behind It and Halloween, and Get Out made bank, and Us is gonna make bank, both made over $100 million for original horror films that are Black led, they're successful. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things only get magnified when the success comes. I didn't hear no one saying that about Jordan Peele before. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody was even checking for him when he was on Comedy Central.
With Kay and Peele, I didn't hear none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But now the success level is getting a little bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Now
so
that it's
getting uncomfortable levels of people that are bothered by that type of thing. So when you make that type of statement, I don't think he was wrong. That's how he feels. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but Hollywood feels that way. They just don't have balls enough to say it.
But there's Hollywood directors that'll tell you, listen, Black people don't sell overseas. Black leads don't sell. So when Jordan Peele is showing you in horror that black leads can do bank. Mm-hmm. When you have movies like Girls Trip that does $100 million with an all black cast, Black Panther that does $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? With a predominantly black cast, it's showing you that it can work. And you know the commonality between all of those have people that say they're overrated, they're not that good, they're da-da-da. Like I said, when they become successful, it's a different level of a threat.
Right. Well, you let us know how you feel about our comments on us. Please share anything that you might have interpreted. And as always, like, subscribe, and tune in next time. Peace.